Welcome to my channel Rose Medical Lectures, and for those who are new here, I am Tanya Rose Jacob. In this video, let's discuss about heart failure. What's heart failure? In an easy way, we can tell that it's a condition where heart cannot supply enough blood to meet the body's demand. By definition, it's a pathophysiological state where there is impaired cardiac function and unable to maintain an adequate circulation for the metabolic needs of the body. It doesn't mean that the heart has stopped working. Rather, it means that the heart works less efficiently than normal. Heart failure can be acute or chronic. What's the difference between acute and chronic heart failure? A chronic heart failure is generally a condition that develops gradually over time, whereas acute heart failure is in most cases occur very rapidly. The term congestive heart failure is used for the chronic form of heart failure because, like the name congestive cardiac failure, the patient has the evidence of congestion of peripheral circulation and lungs. Next, come to etiology. What are the causes of heart failure? Mainly three causes we have, which can occur singly or in a combination. So three causes, right? The first one is intrinsic pump failure. Second one is increased workload on the heart. Third one, impaired filling of the heart. Intrinsic pump failure, increased workload on the heart, impaired filling of the heart. Let's discuss one by one. First one is intrinsic pump failure. It means the failure in the blood pumping due to the weakening of the intrinsic health of the myocardium. We know the heart is made of myocardium. So, because of the weakened ventricular muscle or myocardium, the heart fails to act as an efficient pump. Let's see some diseases which result in intrinsic pump failure. How you remember these diseases is, here you have a mnemonic. I am a diseased cardiac muscle. This mnemonic is related to the situation, right? Now we are discussing about the intrinsic pump failure, that is the decreased or weakened ventricular muscle or myocardium. So the mnemonic we are using here is I am a diseased cardiac muscle. So I stands for ischemic heart disease. It's also called coronary heart disease, where there is damage or disease in the heart major blood vessels, which cause coronary arteries to narrow, which will limit the blood flow to the heart and affect the health of myocardium. I for ischemic heart disease. Then M. M stands for myocarditis, which means the inflammation of heart muscle. Myocarditis means the inflammation of heart muscle, which in turn affect the intrinsic health of the heart muscle. The D stands for the disorders of the rhythm, like atrial fibrillation and flutter. Atrial fibrillation is an irregular, often rapid heart rate that commonly causes poor blood flow, which in turn affect the intrinsic health of the myocardium. Atrial flutter is a type of abnormal heart rate where the upper chamber of your heart beat too fast and it cause your heart rhythm to be out of sync. The difference between fibrillation and flutter is, in atrial fibrillation, the atria beat irregularly, but in atrial flutter, the atria beat regularly but faster than usual. So you may have 4 atrial beats to every 1 ventricular beat, because here the C stands for cardiomyopathies. It is an acquired or hereditary disease of the heart muscle, which make it hard to deliver the blood to the body and affect the intrinsic health of the myocardium and can lead to heart failure. The M stand for metabolic disorders like beriberi. It can, in case of wet beriberi, a lack of thiamine affect the CVS and result in the cardiac insufficiency. So it's called cardiac beriberi, but dry beriberi is characterized by neuropathy. The second etiology is increased workload on the heart. That means the increased mechanical load on the heart. It can be pressure load or volume load. Because of this increased mechanical load, there will be increased myocardial demand, which leads to myocardial failure. I already told you that the increased mechanical load can be because of increased pressure load or increased volume load. Let's see some condition where there is increased pressure load. First one, systemic and pulmonary arterial hypertension. Having pulmonary arterial hypertension means that you have high blood pressure in the arteries that go from your heart to your lung. It's different from having regular high blood pressure. With pulmonary arterial hypertension, the tiny arteries in your lungs become narrow and blocked. It's harder for the blood to flow through them, and that raises the blood pressure in your lungs, and your heart has to work harder to pump blood through these arteries which are narrow or blocked. And after a while your heart muscle get weak. Eventually it can lead to heart failure. If there is systemic hypertension, the heart has to pump blood hard to eject blood from the left ventricle to the aorta, because in systemic hypertension there is high blood pressure in the systemic arteries. The second condition where there is increase in the pressure load is in case of valvular disease. Example, mitral stenosis and aortic stenosis and pulmonary stenosis. Aortic stenosis means the narrowing of aortic valve, whereas the pulmonary stenosis means the narrowing of pulmonary valve, and the mitral stenosis means narrowing of the mitral valve. Third condition where there is increased pressure load is the chronic lung disease. Study shows that even mild lung disease can affect the heart ability to pump blood. Other than pressure load, the volume load can also increase the workload on the heart and can cause the heart failure. Increased volume load occurs when the ventricles is required to eject more than the normal volume of blood. That is when the ventricle have to pump more volume of blood. There are some conditions where we can see increased volume load. Here we have a mnemonic. The severe volume load affects heart. T stands for thyrotoxicosis, means an excess of thyroid hormone in the body. Severe stands for severe anemia. Anemia can lead to an increased cardiac workload. V stands for valvular insufficiency. It's a disease characterized by failure of the cardiac valves to close perfectly, resulting in the blood flowing in the opposite direction, thereby causing regurgitation or leakage. A stands for arteriovenous shunts. These are the abnormal connection between the coronary arteries and the compartment of the venous side of the heart. H stands for hypoxia due to lung disease. Hypoxia means absence of enough oxygen in the tissues due to the lung diseases. Third cause of the heart failure is impaired filling of the cardiac chambers. Decreased cardiac output and the cardiac failure may result from some extra cardiac cause or defect in the filling of the heart. Two conditions involving the impaired filling of the cardiac chambers include the first one, cardiac tamponade. It is the compression of the heart caused by the fluid collection in the pericardial cavity. It can be hemopericardium, that is the blood in the cavity, or hydropericardium, that is the water collection in the pericardial cavity. The second one is constrictive pericarditis. Is a long term or a chronic inflammation of the pericardium resulting in scarring, thickening and muscle tightening. Let's revise everything once. Heart failure is a condition where heart is not able to supply enough blood to meet the body's demand. There are mainly three etiology or causes of heart failure. First one is intrinsic pump failure. There are some conditions that resulted in the intrinsic pump failure. To remember these conditions, we have a mnemonic, that is IMA diseased cardiac muscle. Here I stand for ischemic heart disease, M stand for myocarditis, D stand for disorders of rhythm, C stand for cardiomyopathy, and M stand for metabolic disorders like beriberi. Second etiology is increased workload on heart, which can be due to increased pressure load or increased volume load. There are mainly three conditions where pressure load is increased. First one, systemic and pulmonary arterial hypertension. Second one is valvular disease. Third one is chronic lung disease. For remembering the conditions that increases the volume load, we have a mnemonic. The mnemonic is the severe volume load affects the heart. T stand for thyrotoxicosis, severe for severe anemia, V stand for valvular insufficiency, A stand for arteriovenous shunts, and H stand for hypoxia due to lung disease. The third etiology of heart failure is impaired feeling of cardiac tempos. Mainly two conditions lead to this etiology. The first one is cardiac tamponade and second one is constrictive pericarditis. It's about today's video. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you have any doubt, comment in the comment box. Thank you for watching.